Hi, my name is Reginald Mace. I'm going to be demonstrating this e-commerce back-end um, application. I'm going to try to do it within the 15 minutes that YouTube is allowing me. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. This application or this project, we're doing a back-end showing the operations that you can perform on a database. Um, you know, kind of like the whole full stack development. So it's going to just show you the kind of the architecture of a full stack website. Okay, um, so to have a backend, you're going to need a database. So here we have the schema for our database. For this project, we're going to be using Workbench and Insomnia. I'm going to go over to Workbench now. Going into Workbench, we are going to create this database. Actually, I already ran this, so all I just need to do is refresh here. And then you notice that I have an e-commerce database that shows up without tables. Like I mentioned earlier, uh, we were supplied in this homework assignment some starter code. Within that starter code, there's code that is actually going to create the tables. Um, we've created 4 tables here. Let's go ahead and confirm that those tables have been created by going back over to Workbench. And let's refresh. And then you notice that we have 4 tables in Workbench. And these tables will uh, be empty. And just go ahead and open these guys up, and you can see that there is no data in any of these tables. So we need to put some data in the table. So let's go back to Visual Studio. Let's stop the server and let's type in node seeds index, and by doing that we have seeded the database. And let's just go real quick and just make sure, just to say like, okay, let's just go to the categories table and run that. And you notice that we have actually have put some stuff in the categories table. So for the sake of time, I'm not going to run through the rest of the tables, but rest assured there is data in those tables. So let's go back to Visual Studio, and I am going to restart the server. And now I'm going to jump over to Insomnia, and I am going to perform some actions against the table. Okay, so again, for the sake of time, I have all my CRUD operations that I'm going to perform on these tables. So let's start with categories. I want to get all categories. Type in send, and you notice I can pull up all categories. All right. What if I just wanted to get a category by the ID? Let's go category by ID. Let's get category ID number 2, and we can get category ID number 2. What if I tried category number 6? Oh, there is no category with that ID. Okay, that's good. Good to know. What if we wanted to create a category? Want to create a category called sports. This is one that I didn't clear out. I can clear that out real quick. But if I want to create a category called sports, do so. And I have a new category with an ID number of 6 called sports. Let's go over to workbench and concern. So right now we're up to 5 with shoes. And as you can see now, we have a new category called sports with an ID of 6. Go back to Insomnia. Let's update a category. We're going to update category 6 and we're going to call it computers. So we're going to change the name from sports to computers. Looks like it's been successful. Let's go back to workbench and confirm. Select all from, and 6 is now computers and not sports. Let's go back to, oops, I want to go back to Insomnia, and I want to delete a category, and I want to delete category number 6. Looks like it's been successful. Let's go back to workbench and let's get all from, and looks like it's deleted successfully. No longer category with the ID number of 6 or computers. It's been deleted. Let's go back to let's go back to Insomnia. And let's so all those operations work across the board with all the tag table and the products table. I'm going to do I'm going to get all tags. You notice I can grab all tags, and so the same functions, the functionality that I did across the the categories table, I have the same functionality in the tags table. So I'm going to just create a new tag. I'm going to create a tag called gospel music, and I created a tag number 9 called gospel music. And we can confirm, go to workbench, go to tags, and let's get all, and you notice we have a new tag called gospel music. Alright, let's go back to Insomnia and let's just delete tag number 9. And looks like it's a success. The 1 is true. If you saw 0, that means it was false. Let's go back to workbench, and you notice that it's gone. So let's go back to Insomnia. Let's real quick get all products. All products, we got all the products. Let's get a product by the ID of 3. Get the product ID of 3, the tags that is associated with it, and the tag ID, the tag name, and the product tag that's associated with that. Let's go ahead and we're going to create a product. We're going to create a product called gym shoes. We just created a product called gym shoes. So let's go over to workbench and let's go over to the products table. We never ran it, but we do have a product in there now called gym shoes. And let's just go and delete the gym shoes out of there. Well, we're not going to delete it. We're going to update the tag IDs in gym shoe. So let's go back to Insomnia. We're going to update a product. We're going to update product 6 and give it tag IDs of 1 and 2. Okay. So we have two new IDs, 13 and 14, with tag ID of 1 and 2, and these are specific to the product tag table. So let's go to and see the product tag table. We had two new IDs with IDs of 1 and 2. Okay, and then the last thing is deleting a product, and we're going to delete product number 6. All right. So that was just a quick run through. I tried to condense it down as much as I could because I went over a few times, but I think this is kind of short, sweet, um, and showed the architecture of the database, or the full stack development architecture. And yeah, I think it works pretty good. So any questions, just reach out to me through my GitHub, or contacting me through email. And that's that. Email is reggieMace36 at gmail.com. GitHub at reggieMace. GitHub. Thanks.